Good morning and welcome to my shop. My name is Randy Woods, and in today's video, I'm going to show you something that I do for every single project, and that is to take an unsquare board and make it square. For this demonstration, I dug through all of my scraps and I tried to find a board that was kind of exaggerated. This one's got a pretty bad cup in it, which is pretty obvious. Now this is a 5-step process, and I'm going to use all power tools doing this. And the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to flatten one side of this, and I'm going to do that over at the joiner. Basically, the joiner, it has two tables. It has an in-feed table and it has an out-feed table. The cutter head is basically flush with the out-feed table, and the in-feed table is adjustable. And as your board comes across, you're basically knocking off the high points of that board, and you're coming out flat on the out-feed table.
I'm going to go ahead and mark this board up just to show what's going on when we run this across the joiner. I chose to flatten this face just because it's going to be the most stable. I don't want my board rocking as I go across the joiner. You can see how the knives on the joiner first removes all the high spots. I'm going to make several light passes until this side of the board is completely flat.
Now that I've got this face nice and flat, step number 2 is to put a straight edge on this board. And since the fence on this joiner is 90 degrees to the table, if I keep the flat face against the fence, not only will I get a straight edge on this side of the board, that edge will also be 90 degrees to this face.
I'm careful to choose whichever edge will be the most stable as it goes across the joiner.
Now that I've got a flat face and I've got a straight edge that's 90 degrees to that face, I need to go over to my planer and I need to run this through until my other side is also flat and parallel to that other face. Now, I've been asked, why can't you do that on the joiner? Well, you could use the joiner and make the other face flat, but you would end up with two flat faces that aren't parallel to each other.
The knives of the planer are parallel to the planer's table. As long as the board is ran good face down, the top face will come out flat and parallel to the bottom face. I'm going to make several very light passes until the top face is completely cleaned up.
I now have two flat faces that are parallel to each other. Both of those faces are 90 degrees to my straight edge. Now, step 4 is to rip cut this board down to width, and in doing so, that will square this edge up to both of those faces and this other edge. The fifth and final step in this process is to square these two ends, and I'm going to do that right here at my miter saw. got a little burning on the edges here. That's because my blade is getting really dull, which I ordered a new one this morning. But if you're interested in how I deal with blades, check out my Don't Forget to Brush Your Teeth video. This board is good and square now. And that concludes this video. Be sure to click on the like button and subscribe to my channel for future content. And also head on over to rkwoodsworking.com for all my other woodworking related content. I hope to see you over there, and we'll see you next time.